the pleasure and the honor to introduce you the Mr. Anatoly Karpov, 7-time world chess champion. And before he starts, we need to make a short introduction of his person. Anatoly Karpov was born in 1951 in Zlatoust, Russia. He's a chess grandmaster and 7 times world chess champion, and he is considered one of the greatest players in the chess history, especially in tournament play. Karpov learned to play chess at the age of 4, and at the age of 12 he has accepted into the former champion, world champion Mikhail Vodviknik prestigious chess school. He became a youngest Soviet national master in the history at 15 years old when he won the first international chess tournament several months later. In '67 he took the 5th position in the Soviet Junior Chess Championship and won the European Junior Chess Championship. Shortly after that, in '69 he became a first Soviet player since Boris Spassky to win the World Chess Championship with the score of 10 out of 11. His game rapidly improved, and '73 he came the second in the USSR Championship. The place first in the Leningrad International Tournament. Later qualified in '74 the candidates cycle of determined who was allowed to challenge the World Championship, Bobby Fischer. Karpov ultimately won the right challenge and Fischer for the world title. Everyone was eagerly anticipating the World Championship, the match between Karpov and Fischer, but the match never came out. Although Karpov was disappointed and not being able to play Fischer, he participated nearly every tournament for the next 10 years. He created the most phenomenal stick tournament, wins against the strongest players of the world. He won the grand total of 169 international chess tournaments. Karpov founded 15 chess schools throughout the world, including the first one in the US, Lynchburg, Kansas, and he is author of 72 books. He was a member of the Supreme Soviet Commission for Foreign Affairs and the president of the Soviet Palace Fund before the Soviet Union broke up, and he is also a Russian delegate of UNICEF. So I will pass the floor to Mr. Karpov for his great speech, and after that we have the opportunity to have some questions to them. Thank you.
Good morning, and thank you for a nice presentation. Only one correction. People counted only individual championship titles, but I'm also 8 times team world champion, so, and not 7 but 8. So it means I have I have absolute record in the world of sport to be 16 times world champion. For that reason, I have also Olympic award, which I received. I'm very proud. I received from Mr. Samaranch, President of International Olympic Committee. But today we shall talk about other things. I thank for invitation to be here for European Conference of JCI. We started to work together with the leaders of Russian JCI not so long time ago, and then I recognized that we can have many things together. First of all, you represent and you are part of activity of the most important part and group of the people in the world, which represent age from 18 to 40. And you represent young leaders, you represent experienced leaders already. And of course, from our position, depends many things, how we solve our problems, how we can listen to each other, how we can speak. And it's important to have conferences. Even you don't have chance to speak on the conference, still you listen how other people present their ideas, their programs. And of course we have general programs which are supported by JCI International, but also we have continental programs. Also we have national programs. We have local programs. And you are part of one of the biggest organizations which counts hundreds of thousands or even a couple of millions members, but it doesn't mean that you are in these borders, because direct membership doesn't mean that you work only with members. You work with other people, and this is very important. How many people we can approach? They can approach in the world and in our countries. And so I represent a couple of international organizations. And we try to propose and to make international programs in the area of environment, ecology, then helping kids. And of course I will give you some ideas about chess, and probably I start from this because presentation was mostly about Karpov as a world champion in chess. So I started to develop chess education in different countries of the world, and I think this could be one of the mutual programs we can make together with JCI, and so when we solve some organizational problems, I think this program could be developed. But as a presentation, I can say that chess, I developed chess not to grow up and to get hundreds of grandmasters or tens of world champions. This is not the main idea. I have another idea. With the help of chess, we can give our kids, our pupils, such qualities and characteristics which is important for their life. And so, of course, I have also schools for talented kids who showed already good results on international or national level. But this is just a very small part of my activity, and the biggest part is just general education. And chess is entering school programs in different continents. Probably it's not well known, but it happens. And I must say that people believe that Russia and former Soviet Union were leaders in the chess world, and so they presented the best programs in the world, but this is not how to say, correct information for our days. Yes, it happened maybe 30 years ago, but let's say in 1992, Riksdag in Sweden made decision, and so they included chess into school programs. Sweden was the first country who represented chess in the school programs, because they believed that chess can develop memory, chess can develop strategy, understanding of strategy, chess can develop logic, chess can be a sensible part of using internet. And if you talk about internet, I must say that nowadays, each day we have over 1 million games played on internet, which means 400 million games a year, something like this. And so from these figures we can say that chess is still quite popular. And so for instance, teachers in Italy. So they got problems like everywhere in the world. That I know statistic of old days when they presented decision of the parliament to include chess in school programs in Italy. Why? Almost 20 years ago, the deputies of Italian Parliament told me that, according to statistic, 22,000 schools in Italy had computers and internet. But the average use of computers was only 1.5 hours, because teachers didn't know what to present, how to use, because in general, I don't know if there are teachers among you, but in general, teachers in the world have absolutely correct and wise position. They're against computer games. Because computer games, okay, maybe it's exciting for children, but it has nothing to do with knowledge, with developing, with progress. It just requires a lot of time, and so it's not useful. That's why Italian teachers, they were against using computers in schools just to play senseless games, but they didn't know what to do. And then they discovered from the schools that chess could be part of computers activity, because with the help of chess you can teach them how to use computers, how to use internet, and also chess could be interesting part of international communication. You play game. When you finish the game, you can discuss many things, you can get friendships, you know each other much better, and so this is one of the goals what we have also in JCI, because we meet in the conferences, because we want to know people, yeah? We want to get new information, and when we try to get new information, it means we are able to learn something, and it's good that we can be able to learn for the whole life. Even you have a lot of information, but as one old philosopher was saying, as more I know, as much I don't know, because he presented our knowledge like sphere, and then if you have small sphere, around smaller parts. But if you have big sphere, around what you don't know, bigger part. And so it means that if you have trend and ability to learn, then you make progress. You make progress in your personal life, social life, in your business. And so that's why I say that chess can develop these things. And what is important, what I try to present and to give and to teach my pupils in my schools, and I have schools in 26 countries in the world now, starting from Argentina and Brazil, then United States, then I have schools in African countries, I have schools in Europe, many, and just in 10 days I will open my first school in Czech Republic, near Prague. It will be my first school. And I have more than 150 schools in Russia. They are open. I don't like commercial education. I don't support commercial education. It has right to exist if families can afford this. But in general, I think the role of society, our role, to give chance to our kids to know as much as they can, and then they can make choice. And that's why I believe that general education, this is my idea, and I think this is idea which are supported by the majority of people, that school education should be open and free of charge in every country in the world. And that's why I don't like what is going on in Russia now, because government makes big changes of our educational system, and so I believe that in the nearest future they want to give only certain subjects free of charge, and then the rest will be with payment. So this is absolutely abnormal. So then my chess schools are open. It doesn't mean that they cost nothing. Of course, we must pay teachers, and then we must cover some expenses. But then this is my role, and this is the role of my supporters, to find private sponsors, or to find political support, and then to afford these expenses to provide our help. And so in chess we can teach pupils, our kids, how to make decision. And so probably this is a unique area in such age. Let's say we can teach now chess from age of 4 years. So to give possibility to make your own decision, and then to defend your own decision, to understand your own decision, and then to prepare a decision. And then what is very good in chess life, we don't have problems of generations, because in chess clubs, in chess sections, they don't discuss the questions of age. For instance, I entered my adult chess club when I was 7 years old. And so at the age of 9, I became champion of the city among adults. And so I started to be leader of chess players. And it was not a small city, it was a city about 200,000 inhabitants. And it means that in chess we can give idea how generations can communicate each other, because in other areas it's much more difficult. So it's well known from literature, from history, the problem of fathers and sons, yeah? The problems of generation. And chess can be a good example how to overcome this problem, how to teach people of different age to communicate each other. And so this was my general idea why I developed chess in schools. And in many countries now we have these programs which are supported by governments, and it will be a big probably discovery for you, a surprise. For instance, the most worked out program and the best financially supported program to develop chess in schools there is in the country, which I think if I give you a chance to guess 50 times you would not say. And this is a big country, but very exceptional, and a very surprising country, because we know this country for coffee and football. Now you understand, yeah? Brazil. But this is the first country which made a state program to develop chess educational system in schools, and so it has very good financial fundament. Why I can say this? Because together with Minister of Education I presented this program in 6 provinces of Brazil. It happened 8 years ago, and the main goal was to have chess education in at least in a couple of schools in each province. And I believe in Brazil now, at least in big cities, children can get access to chess education. Then another part which chess can be used, and I started this program in Russia to develop chess and chess education in prisons. And now we have these programs for young prisoners, let's say, yeah, in Brazil, in province of São Paulo. They have, I think they have 18,000 prisoners. And so now we taught them how to play chess. 6,000 of young prisoners in São Paulo province know how to play chess. And so it means they have something to do. And we have more than 200 volunteers who go there and give these ideas. So I know that JCI are not involved in this activity, but I think this is our mutual problem. People who make crime at once, and then we don't know what to do. And especially in Russia we have big problems, because from a time people who were released, they had chance, and the police should provide them at least temporarily work. Now police doesn't have any obligation in Russia, and then people who get out of prison, so they cannot find work. Sometimes they lose all their roots, they lose families, and then what we have in Russia, many cases, more than 50%, people who cannot find work, who don't have any relations, any roots in the free world, so they make any crime just to go back to the world which they know, because they have full supply, food, space to live, everything organized, they don't care about anything, so society must pay for them. But we pay from our pockets, and so as less people we have there, it's better. And then another thing, of course, we shall decrease the base of crime in the countries. And so what I presented in my country, and I'm a member of this council to help prisons and prisoners. So I started this program 12 years ago. I said that, at least in Russia, we have chess clubs and chess sections almost in each city. And so people who get knowledge how to play chess, when they become free, so they can come to chess club. And chess is democratic sport, yeah? We have different ages, different social positions of people. Everybody plays chess. And then, so they can come to play chess. And in Russia, I'm absolutely sure that through chess club and chess connections, you can find a job, temporary job, quite easy. So this is the first step, how to make person to understand the free life and to get some connections. And so then my program developed, and now there is obligation for every, how to say in English, every not inspector, director or chief of the colony or prison, by decision of Minister of Justice of Russia, there is obligation of these chiefs to organize chess championship of the prisons. And so every year, and it will happen again in 20 days, I give simultaneous exhibition by internet to champions of prisons of Russia. And so this program was copied in Ukraine. And now in Ukraine, they also have chess clubs in all prisons of Ukraine. And as I mentioned already, the program was copied in São Paulo province in Brazil. So then another thing connected to my international activity, I'm a UNICEF ambassador for the last 12 years. And of course, we cannot do everything on our own. We have general programs of UNICEF, but of course we are looking for partners who can be together with us to provide these programs. And the general programs we know quite well. the problems what we try to solve. The problem of children's rights, the problem of children slavery, the problem of youth prostitution, then drug problem. So these are the main programs which UNICEF tried to provide and to solve the problems in the world. But especially one problem is connected to chess, and I believe to everybody of us, even if you don't estimate it so carefully, the problem of iodine deficiency. You know that iodine is very important for our body and for our mind. We don't need a lot of iodine in our life, but we need it every day. That's why we insist that in our food we must use iodized salt. And if you use iodized salt for your food, then you will get daily norm of iodine. And iodine is important for your thyroid, for your nervous system. But what is interesting, what probably not everybody knows, iodine is the main element to support your memory and to develop your memory. If you have iodine problem, then you lose your memory. And because I developed chess educational systems, we have many clubs, and chess develop memory. You cannot play chess if you don't have memory. So they said in UNICEF and the United Nations conference in 2001, they said, okay, world champion must be patron of this very important program. And so I must say in Europe, and I hope maybe not on official level, but maybe officially also, you can make decision that JCI in European countries would support this program, at least informatic side of the problem, because when I started this program 10 years ago to be patron together with UNICEF, I can say that in eastern part of Europe, where I mostly concentrate my activity, my efforts, in eastern part of Europe, Russia and Central Asian countries, only 28% of population were not in dangerous area of this problem. Could you imagine? 28%, not very high, yeah? And that time, in Western European countries, we believe in Western European countries everything is okay, but only 48% of population were not in dangerous area. It doesn't mean that 52% were ill, but it means that 52% could be ill tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. And so we were working quite hard. And now I must say that in my part of Europe, we improved situation dramatically. Still, I'm not happy, because now in Eastern Europe and Central Europe, we have 58% of population which are not in dangerous area. But what happened in Western Europe, where government believe we are okay, in Western Europe, they improved situation, but improved just a couple of percent. And now Eastern Europe in this area is stronger and better than Western Europe. In Western Europe now 54% of population not in dangerous area. And then this is very important to improve and to solve the problem. And so what I can say that, and in my area, unfortunately, I am living in Russia, I'm a Russian citizen, as you understood. So we have problems to make the system of law. And so this is a way how public organization could make pressure over the government. Because in Russia, they don't want to make law about this. They believe this is a very small problem. But this small problem brings us a lot of big problems every day and in the future. Because the pregnant women having iodine deficiency problems. They have high possibility to bring us a sick child. And so every day in Russia we receive a couple of hundreds, if I remember well, 650 kids which are mentally sick. And then government says this is a small problem. I think even if we can get 10 kids not sick, this is already a big achievement. And they say, no, 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 this is not important. And so what happens in Russia and in Ukraine, the biggest two countries of Eastern Europe and Central Europe, yeah? So we don't have system of law, which we must create. And then we shall improve. But of course, we must make many efforts to improve this situation in Western European countries, because the situation is not completely perfect. Then okay, we have of course mutual programs with children, and I started international program New Names, and most probably you know this because we have big program of performances and presentations. This is international program. We have kids from different countries, from different continents, and of course Western Europe is welcome for this program. And as I know, one of the subject or area or attention